Guys, I just got home and I signed for a package. This is my finds from the England 2023 trip. I'm very excited. I'm going to get this opened up right away. I noticed on the back, looks like they have a copy of the export paperwork. We'll take a look at that. And we're going to get everything laid out, cleaned up, and put into a nice display box. And I'll go through all that with you. All right, let me first explain what a flow officer is. That is Finds Liaison Officer. They work with a British museum, and everything you find has to be reported to the flow officer. They're going to help you identify it, report it. If there's anything that's considered a treasure, the British Museum will get the first dibs at it. And they'll make you an offer, pay for it. Otherwise, you'll get everything back like I did. So here is what I got back. Everything I found, I was able to get back. So guys, your flow officer is going to send you a piece of paper just like this. I'll put a picture up there, and it's going to show you exactly what you found, and each one's going to be numbered. So I took that, cut it up, went to Staples, and I had mine laminated. I think it was 10 millimeter. It's heavy duty, it's real thick. And I had it made into 3 separate ones. So this is going to always stay with my finds in this box I'm about to show you. And so if I take it out and I want to show a family member item number, let's say item number 11, I'll be able to identify that as a Georgian key. So just a quick way to be able to always remember exactly what you found. Make sure you keep that piece of paper with you too in a file. One of my best finds on the England trip was this Elizabeth I sixpence, 1569, silver hammered coin. Folks, I found this literally at the end of the day with like 2 swings left. I couldn't believe it. You see, in England, the history goes back so far, thousands of years. Take these keys right here. These little watch winder keys, clock keys from the Georgian period. There's one I just pulled out of the ground. And that time frame, folks, is 1714 to 1837. There is literally decades beneath your feet on every dig. Look at here, Revolutionary War musket balls. Found quite a few, and they give off a great signal. They're lead, and again, it just takes you back in time. Let your mind wander back to those days. Hey guys, it rained so hard one day, it was like a mud fest. And within that mud, I found 2 pendants, really cool items. Now, it wasn't until I got back that evening that I cleaned off one of them, and it still had the stone in it. Check it out. Then I ended up finding 2 post-medieval pendants. One has an amethyst stone in it. Oh my goodness, I just love the England trip. You're going to find coins as well. And here I got an 1819 George III sixpence. This is a cute little buckle. It's a post-medieval swivel buckle. Love it. And you're going to find different styles of buckles along your journey. Here's one of those silver coins I've found. It's a 1696 William III silver sixpence. Let me tell you about the buttons. There's buttons everywhere. You've got thousands of years worth of history. You've got villages, you've got wars, you've got the farmers using some of the old torn clothes as fertilizer. So those buttons are out in the fields. And I probably found, I would say 25 to 30 buttons, but take a look at a few of the better ones right here. And you're going to find so many buttons. They're just all over the place. Some gilded, silver, gold, just fancy buttons. They're fun to find. And then nails. Some may be Roman nails, nails that are a couple of 100 years old. And then just think about, folks, the Romans fighting. Hundreds and hundreds of years of wars. All the items that they can lose that falls off of their uniform, or the Roman chariots. All that's waiting for you to find. And then look at this. I found me a Victorian silver thimble, 1837 period, and it was in a sheep field. Right there it is, I tell you. A big part of the trip is looking for coins. Now I found 3 or 4 silver. I didn't get any gold, but they're out there. You just got to work hard for it. But you're going to find a lot of coins. Most of them are going to be what they call greenies. So just green. You can't tell what they are. They're just from being in the ground from decades. But here are some of the coins that I found on this England trip. Now, hopefully you're going to find some coins, and they're usually very, very old. A lot of them are called greenies because they're difficult to identify. These 4 right here is an example. I kept these dirty, but I did find a bunch that I threw into the tumbler, and I know that sounds crazy, but I just could not stand not being able to identify what coins that I found. So I threw them in there, and look, guys, they're for me. I know that's not for everybody, but I wanted to clean them up to have at least an opportunity to be able to see what I found. And I got enough of them where I could see a little detail. You can see a face every now and then. It's going to get all that crud off of them if you use that metal shot. And you can see it's still there, slick, worn down. It's not from the tumble, it's from hundreds of years out there in that soil, the farm field, sometimes a fertilized fields. Look at that. You can tell that one. But all these coins that I'm showing you right now, you could not see anything. That's how much crud they had on them. They were totally blanked out from, the decades of dirt and garbage that is in the field. So all those were cleaned up, and I did keep 4 to show, people what they look like when you find them. Those 4 right there, I left as is. That's exactly what they look like when you pluck them out of the field. So everything I found, those coins, they went into a box, little cloth bags. The keys went to their own little, container. This box, I had the little individual ones numbered so I could match them up with the ID sheet that I brought back on the export license. And then everything went into this little brown box that I got at Hobby Lobby. Put a little clear coat, and I took my favorite photo, had it printed on aluminum. It's on the top of the box. As you open it up, I have everything in there. Chicago Ron, that's who I booked the trip with, got his patch that you'll get. And there's those little cards that I told you about at the beginning of the video. Those can match up my items. So everything is in a little container. That is my England trip in the box, with the exception of my hammered coin. I bought a little display case or box, whatever you want to call that, on Etsy. Custom made to the size of my coin. And I keep that right next to my little box with all my goodies in it in a man cave. And I keep this displayed right next to my box with all my other items from England. You can even pull it off. It does rotate. I'll show you that. But you can take it right off if you want to hand it to somebody or pass it around a room. To me, it's just, priceless that I found that hammered coin. And I want to make sure I've got it displayed for years to come, and I won't damage the coin. And it keeps it protected, and everybody loves to see it. It looks awesome sitting right there. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that. That's how I displayed my finds from England. Nice little box. If you enjoyed this, please consider subscribing to the channel. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. And thanks for watching. That's my England finds from last year.